Under Kenya's constitution, no religion can be elevated above another, a principle clearly outlined in Article 8, which affirms that the country has no state religion. Legal experts argue that the construction of a religious sanctuary of any kind on public land, such as State House, will directly contravene this provision.
The law, you cannot, without violating the Constitution, construct on public property a church, a mosque, a temple, or a shrine to any deity under the sun.
Concerns are also mounting over the sources of funds. In the 2024-2025 fiscal year, Busia Senator Okiya Omtatah says the State House budget saw a questionable increase under the category of other operating expenses, now amounting to over 3.1 billion Kenya shillings.
Arrogant, detached, callous, indifferent, manipulative, and wicked President William Ruto intends to plunder public resources on unconstitutional construction of the mega church at State House, while ordinary Kenyans suffer in poverty.
Originally estimated at 1.4 billion shillings, the figure was slashed after the Gen Z protests last year, only to be mysteriously increased again later in the budget revisions.
Public money, not private funds, are earmarked for the project. A look at the 2024-2025 financial year budget allocations for State House reveals that Kenya shillings 3,111,052,000 is set aside as other operating expenses in supplementary 3 of the budget.
With millions of Kenyans grappling with a harsh economic climate, critics say such spending raises serious ethical and accountability questions. The Public Finance Management Act demands that all budget allocations be transparent, clearly defined, and tied to specific programs. Now, calls are growing for Parliament to take action and demand full disclosure on how every shilling allocated to State House is being spent.
The Public Finance Management Act, states that the Cabinet Secretary shall ensure that the expenditure appropriations and the budget estimates in an appropriation bill are presented in a way that A, is accurate, precise, informative, and pertinent to budget issues, and B, clearly identifies the appropriations by vote and program.
As pressure mounts, President Ruto remains defiant, insisting he owes no one an apology for building a church within State House grounds. Eunice Omolo, K24 TV, Nairobi.